Alright, so it's Doreen's birthday and we have her out here. Unfortunately, she didn't bring the right shoes. It's not too muddy, but she won't wear her tennis shoes. Doreen, come over here.
I can't look at them. Look, they don't bend. Let's go, Travis.
Alright, welcome back. And don't mind my sticky feet here. There's a lot of glue on the floor from where we used to work on t-shirts here. This is my little rotary dumper that I was working on in the last video. When I say little, I mean O-scale 2-bay hoppers. So by the grand scheme of things, it's actually little. But I bought some springs that I'm going to try to utilize on this thing, and we'll see how that goes. But I've been busy in the meantime with the backdrops. And these are the final backdrops, at least on the left-hand side of the layout. We have the river scene here. And I really like what I came up with. It's kind of a mix of the Mountain Ridge series, the Valley Flat series, some new stuff, new sky. If you've been following along, the main thing I wanted to do with this end of the layout was make it kind of a city or large town where a lot of stuff was happening, and I added this extension a couple of videos back. But I've utilized a lot of the elements that are in some of the existing backdrops that we offer at Trackside Scenery. And I may come up with a new series, maybe some new backdrops in each series. But right now, I've gotten to this point. I haven't decided what I'm going to do down there yet. But Doreen and I took this off here this morning, and I finished up designing the backdrops and printed them out and started the install. I'm really happy with it so far. In this industry, and I'm guessing it's going to be some kind of lumber company where there's a real building or a physical building that is similar to that, where they offload or load in wood, that sort of thing. This industry, I don't know what I'm doing because I think I'm going to come out to here. I haven't decided that yet. This, I think, would be nice for a lot of trucks and cars to come in, maybe a little roadway in this area. Yeah, there could be a road in this area. Maybe it comes in like this. And then this has maybe a lot of grass running along here, maybe a little guardrail, something like that. Again, I apologize for my feet sticking to the floor here. Now, if you notice, I've painted this black with some acrylic paint just to get rid of that awful foam green. It's not supposed to be blacktop or asphalt, but for now it looks a lot better than the green. And also it picks up better on the video. So I think, like a lot of people, I hate having a narrow shelf layout. I really do, because it takes away from the photography. But the backdrop is so vivid that I think that's what stands out, and not the fact that there's going to be fascia here. Now, I mentioned in a previous video where I ordered this turnout, and it's an old school Atlas 2-rail turnout. This is O-scale, by the way, in case you're wondering. These are pretty cheap, or you can get them at a decent price compared to the larger modern Brothers. But I ordered this, and the truth is, long cars and box cars and things like that run through them just fine, being shoved or pulled. But those 2-bay hoppers just don't work. So I can use these for industries if I buy some more, but they're going to be relegated to the long cars or the box cars. And originally, when I ordered this, I had thought about using it on that side of the layout where the transfer table is, like making a long, kind of an arm that you can have a runaround track. But for right now, I decided to stay with the transfer table. So I can use these for industries if I decide I want to buy some more of these. We had a visitor in the shop last week, and that was Scott Nichols of the Great Scale Model Train Show in Timonium, Maryland. He's one of the guys that help run it. He also sells a lot of brass and things like that. But he came in and took a look at the layout, and we had a good conversation. And it was good having you here, Scott. I also want to mention my friend Ryan Shar. I guess that's how you pronounce your name, Ryan. That's kind of a southern northern mix of the way to pronounce your name. Ryan Shar. He's modeling O-scale. He's a good friend. He comes to a lot of the shows, and he used to visit us when we would go to Timonium and things like that. But I have another one of these locomotives, and it is in 3-rail that I wanted to convert into 2-rail. And he was going to help me with some wheel sets that he had because they're really hard to find. Those scale wheel sets. Well, he got hoodwinked, and that's his word. He got hoodwinked when he bought them from somebody else. He bought 3 sets, and only one of them had the scale wheels. So I want to let you all know that there are people out there that either do bad deeds, or maybe they just didn't look in the package. Maybe they took the original high rail wheels out and stuck them in the box and didn't even look at them. But when you order stuff, especially off of eBay and things like that, check your packages right when you get them. That's my pro tip for the day. Ryan, you're a good dude. So yes, we got hoodwinked, and now we're pros at spotting hoodwinking. But really, folks, a pro tip for the day. Now, I feel qualified on this one because I'm the backdrop guy. When you install these backdrops, it's easy to get the seams really close together, like this. And it's kind of hard to see where that seam is. Even I have to kind of look for it. So my pro tip for the day revolving backdrops goes, I'll be honest with you, I should have not put this on here before I put the backdrops up, but I was so indecisive in what I wanted to do and so impatient I wanted to get rolling. Well, when I went to roll this out, I kept catching on this, and it made it kind of hard. So if you can do yourself that favor, and this comes out, but if you can do yourself a favor, put the backdrops up first. Get that up first before you put any of this stuff in, and you can build up to it, and that way you don't have to kind of jack this up here, because you see I had to kind of cut it and do all that. But I was impatient. I was working by myself. Well, that's the biggest mistake. I should have had somebody helping me. I hate to say things in video that puts a timestamp on it, but the truth of the matter is this is a week before Christmas, and we're going away the week after Christmas, between Christmas and New Year's. But I want to get as much as I can done, and I really wanted to get these backdrops up on this side of the layout. And I like this thing. It really works great. And the other thing is, I did a little bit of switching the other night, and I didn't film it, but I found that I can bring a bunch of cars, even cars that I can't fit in the siding. If I build the train properly down there, by putting certain cars towards the rear of the train, I can drop them, bring the number of cars that'll fit through here, run around them, set them out, and do all that stuff. Then I can go over there, grab those cars, run around those, and shove them over there. Did that make any sense? In other words, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4 industries over here, and enough room for maybe 3 cars. But I can bring a train that's longer than that from the yard down there, or whatever I'm calling it, and I can do that kind of maneuver. But it was pretty neat. I was doing it the other night. I probably should have filmed it, but I didn't have the backdrops up. I hadn't even had them finished being designed yet, so I finished that actually today. So next up is going to be this thing. This small O-scale rotary dumper, and I may even put it here off the layout so I can take it and work on it and then put it back. And here I'm probably going to cut this thing just to streamline it a little bit, but I can actually start doing scenery, which is nice. But that's all for now. Thanks for watching. See you next time.